I want to rank the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL heading into this season. I never do this, but I did it this morning, and it was fun, and I felt it was actually kind of easy. Now, I don't want you to put it in order because that's hard, but I just want to see how many people we agree on in the top 10, because you always hear people be like, is so-and-so a top 10 quarterback? I don't know. Who are the top 10 quarterbacks? So let's –
Right, and real quick, we both have our top 10 list. We did not discuss either one of our lists at all.
I have no idea who's on Crocker's list. So why don't we go through and get as many names that we agree on as possible, and then we'll argue out the rest. So who's the first name on your list? No particular order.
Right. I was just kind of rattling them off in my head, but Tom Brady.
Yep.
All right. Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
All right. Patrick Mahomes.
Yep. In order.
Josh Allen.
In order. I didn't. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right now.
Deshaun Watson.
Yep. That's 5. We're 5 for 5.
All right. Lamar Jackson.
I didn't put him on. Let's come back to let's come back to Lamar Jackson. Let's come back to Lamar.
Joe Burrow.
I didn't put him on either. Okay, we've got 2 we disagree with.
All right. Justin Herbert.
Yes. 6.
All right. Dak Prescott.
Yes. 7.
Matthew Stafford.
Yes. Okay, so we agree on 8. We 10, disagree on 2, and the 2 you put in are Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. They would be right outside the top 10 for me. The 2 people I put in instead, it's arguable, but
Russell Wilson
and Kyler Murray. I know that Russell Wilson isn't what he was 2-3 years ago, but I still think he's top 10. I mean, the reason I left Burrow out is I feel like, man, he takes a hell of a lot of sacks. Now, maybe it's their offensive line is trash, but I feel like he holds the ball a long time. At least that's what I saw that time I saw him in Cincinnati. Like, he makes plays, and he has a lot of negative plays, too. That's why I left him out. And I was wondering, like, that whole, like, the Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, you can also argue Kirk Cousins right there, too, right? I mean, his numbers are pretty good. I don't know. It's a tough
real quick, I see somebody in the chat, and they said Deshaun Watson's a rapist. And Deshaun Watson was never accused of rape.
Right. That's fair. Yeah.
It was other weird stuff that he had people. He had them sign an NDA about it or something, but he was never accused of rape. No, you know who was accused of rape? Ben Roethlisberger. He was accused of rape multiple times, like literally forcing himself on a person and sticking his wee there. Deshaun Watson was not. Like, that's not what they're accusing him of. They're accusing him of being weird and getting his love juices on people. Whatever.
I don't want to talk about Deshaun today. We talked about him.
But anyways, go ahead. I just saw that in the chat. I'm like, no, these are different things.
So I put Kyler and Russell. Why'd you leave him
out? So Russell Wilson, it really kind of came down to Dak Prescott. There were 2 guys. Okay, Joe Burrow. I just think Joe Burrow is terrific.
Okay.
I think he's really good. I think when you start talking about, how to play the quarterback position from the mental side of things, I think he processes extremely well. He throws a good ball all over the field. Not the most physically gifted quarterback, but definitely can still make all of the throws. And then, like, when you watch him against the Kansas City Chiefs, he does an amazing job of that. When I was talking about, like, I need a quarterback to just can you make that play?
He can make
right?
Play.
And he did that with his legs, on the move, run for first down, like whatever I had to do. I got to get this win in the biggest moment. He was able to do those type of things to will his team.
Cousins can, right. Here's my thing with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson at one point was a top 5 quarterback, and I just don't know if it's him or Greg Roman. But if you look at his numbers, man, his touchdown passes have gone down 3 years in a row. His interceptions have gone up 3 years in a row. His yards per carry have gone down 3 years in a row. Either he's getting figured out or the way Greg Roman uses him is getting figured out. I don't know what it is, man. I don't watch him enough to say. But what is that? Because I don't like Greg Roman. He's very, very I don't like him.
Yeah, I feel like his offense is pretty easy to catch on to.
Exactly.
But even then, I think this is how I look at it. How many quarterbacks in the league keep coordinators up at night when they have to game plan for that guy?
I mean,
and there ain't 10 guys that are more difficult to prepare for than Lamar Jackson. And then, they just kind of put out the stats, like his just overall record, like as a starter. And it's crazy. Most wins before turning 25. Like, I mean, league MVP. Like, he's done all these special things. And really, a lot of people forget this, but before he kind of got banged up last year and got hurt, they were talking about him being like the leader for MVP that first half of the season. And then I don't know what happened. They had a ton of injuries. Matter of fact, I mean, the whole team was just decimated by injuries, including him being in and out of the lineup. But overall, like, I mean, that's a guy where he's too freakish. He's too scary. And if I see Baltimore on the 49ers schedule, I'm like, damn, how do you stop Deshaun Watson? I don't feel like you even, I mean, not Deshaun Watson, excuse me. How do you stop
Lamar, but still,
Lamar Jackson, both black quarterbacks. But how do you stop Lamar Jackson? I don't do that with a lot of quarterbacks. Other guys is like, okay, we know this quarterback is good. He's going to do this and that. But Lamar Jackson, I think he pumps just fear in guys.
See, I guess it's personal for me. I've watched these people in person. I've watched Russell Wilson for a decade. And he always wins whenever I watch. He always finds a way to win. The one time I saw Lamar Jackson play the Niners, he lost. And the Niners did a good job against him. Lamar Jackson is really good. I mean, you make a good argument for him. I guess, would you rather have this season Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson?
Lamar Jackson.
Whew. Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray this year?
Lamar Jackson.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And now that goes to the who the player is, right? And everything that we hear about Kyler Murray, it's a little different. They start talking about his lack of leadership ability and things like that. And, you know,
true baseball
I've even heard, what was it, Larry Fitzgerald kind of throw that at like, oh, you know, think he's a better leader now. Like, you know, like he didn't want to throw him under the bus, but he kind of alluded to where like, hey, this is an area he can improve on. You don't hear that from Lamar Jackson and his teammates.
That's a really good point. I really want to see Lamar Jackson get away from Greg Roman because Greg Roman's always going to handicap what he can do. You know, I mean, that's the way I look at it. Put him in a real offense.
Yeah.
He'd be better on the Niners running what Trey Lance is going to be running.